Hello passengers, I'm Colonel Failure. This is Transport Fever. You are in the Alps looking at the goods airport that we set in motion last time around, and I rolled forward by about 2 months, and it has started receiving food, much as I always knew it would do. There was no doubt in my mind at any point that this would work. Our DC-4 here having picked up 15 whole loaves of bread. Quite large loaves of bread, I would assume, since it takes a whole plane in order to transport them, but such is life. Anyway, from the logistical freight nerve center, this will now fly down to the other end. This is kind of a recap kind of a deal, in case you're wondering. Fly down to the other end, which is over here somewhere. There we go. At which point, all 15 of those loaves of bread will be distributed. Now, interestingly enough, we've got some loaves of bread waiting here already because this has already started working. But it's decided that it wants to send a couple of loaves of bread back in the other direction for reasons I don't fully understand. But there it is. I'm wondering. Here we go. Look, it's coming in from Brienne's. So we've got some Brienne's food heading in the direction of Locarno and Thun and whatever the heck the closest town is here. I should really remind myself of this stuff. It is Thun. Maybe Bern. Maybe Locarno. I don't know. Anyway, yes, there we go. So we've got quite a lot on our to-do list, which I shall now reel off from my memory. Number one, because we're in the area, is to start creating goods. Now, it was suggested in the comments that if I were to take the grain we've got here and find somewhere that would turn it into plastic. Okay, well there's going to be a bit of a hump there, and I could use the kind of the menu deal here to go find it, but I'm a fan of looking by eye. Okay, there must be one nearby. Let's not go too far. Hold on, what do we got here? No, that's not it. I'm going to have to use the menu. So it's going to be some kind of chemical works or something. Yeah, all right, use the menu. Where's the... You can tell I don't use this particular button very often. Right, where are we? The product is plastic. We've only got one, and it's at Kandersteg, which is up there somewhere. I'm just guessing here, but this feels like it's a very long way away. It is quite a distance, and in fact, that would be the closer source of grain to fuel this one. But it's going to be a bit of a mission to get up here, given the elevation that we're at. If I bring up the contourser here, we can get a feel for this. I've got to come down past Frutigen. That said, all of these need attaching by rail to kind of complete that setup. And then you've got this. No, that's a refinery. That's not an oil well. So I guess we'd be coming from here to get plastic that we then bring back with us. Can you take plastic and grain in the same thing? I don't think you can. I think grain is in hoppers, whereas your plastic that's a boxcar. So that's going to be a split consist train, which is far from efficient. And then you'd want to wheel it down here, which is a very long way. A very, very long way before you would be converting wood, planks, and plastic into goods. Now, the reason I want to do this is so that I have something that I can bring back on my planes, so that I can offset the kind of the empty running cost that we've got going on there. I'm also going to need some planks from somewhere. We got a lumber mill over here. And then there is a source of wood right there. So the amount of work involved in that is extensive and costly. But anyway, that's number one on the list. Number two on the list is to modernize all of my passenger routes. I mean that's a smart move, right? Because that will hopefully bring up my profitability, which will enable me to take on madcap, idiotic, wasteful plans. And do something thrilling with them. So yeah, but option 2 is to modernise me rail. Okay, that's something I suppose I expect. Number three. Let's crack on here. Number 3 is back over in this direction, where we would quite like to take the Coal Mountain train and replace it with 2 shorter trains. Now, there will also be the temptation to do the same with iron ore as well, but I suspect the iron ore delivery will keep pace. That's what I'm going to hope. So that's easy. That's an easy one. That one, easy peasy. And then number 4, because I want to keep this fairly simple until I come up with another idea, is I want to go after every red route that I've got, and see if we can't turn some of them green, or eradicate them entirely. So I think we're going to go for option 4 by way of options 2 and 3. So we're going to change up the Coal Mountain Heavy. We're then going to try and efficientize the looper, which, good luck with that. And we'll go from there. Right, let's find something glamorous to look at. You don't get much more glamorous than a freight train. And I'll be back after the intro, and we'll get to work. Now, the good news is I am making a reasonable shake of profit at the moment, so I can actually afford to do this. I've also got... We've turned up at the right time here, haven't we? I've also got a goodly amount of loan available should I require it. Look at this, 26 million in profit so far this year. That's lovely. But our aim is to go further with that. And here's the thing. So by changing up the Coal Mountain Heavy for 2 slightly lighter trains, what we'll end up with is removing 1 unprofitable line, and even if it makes, if we call this back up again, even if it makes no money at all, so if it's break even, that's still effectively 2 million more profit. Huh? Yeah, that's quite something. So we'll give that a good spin. Now, where is it? Because we've got some track laying to do here, for reasons that should become apparent. Here it is now. Look. All right, so I'll let it make 1 more delivery, and then I'll scrap it on the way back down. But I'm going to need a queuing facility if I'm going to be running 2 trains on here. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I shall double track this section here, which feels like it's about halfway round. The dream being that if either train has to queue, it's going to be the downhill train, since that will be the one that can accelerate more readily. So you can't fault me logic, can you? No, you can't. I won't let you. What are we looking at here? 90 kilometers an hour. That's hardly going to set the world ablaze now, is it? No matter. Also, can't help but think that going on the outside of this bridge might have been the astute move, given that outside laps tend to be a little faster. Again, no matter. Right, go all the way over here. I mean, I should really upgrade this bridge. Well, I guess it's not even a bridge; it's a viaduct at this point, isn't it? To be a different material than this stone stuff that we're using right now, because I've got trains that can go a little faster than that. But I think this will work out for the best. We're just going to go with regular signals. Now we only need, really think it through. I think we only need 2, 1 at either end, just to make this work. We'll stick this one here. So theoretically, that should work, and one shouldn't need such a thing as a release signal. But you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to stick a signal section at the midway point, just to be on the safe side. Now that gives me plenty of space. So that's my overtaking route. Where's this train got to? Oh, there it is. Look. Should we watch her coming round the mountain when she comes? I think we will. Got to have nerves of steel to drive this one, you know. Given that your cargo is going to make some steel at the end of it, I'm not entirely sure if that's a joke or not. Could be. You never know. Right, good. Now, that's going to take a minute or two to get to its destination as it snakes its way around. What I'd really like to run one that's, double the length of that. But I think we've demonstrated already that the lack of frequency that we've got going on there makes that somewhat impractical. So I'm going to deploy the 2 new trains that we're thinking of there and see if I can't put them into action. Is that wise? I think you might create a bit of a log jam. All right, we'll get them ready. How about that? Right, now I need something suited for mountain work, and I'm going. Let's press this button and make it a bit quicker, shall we? Let's diesel up. Now I quite like to use SD40s for this. Now their top speed is a is a guiding point for the maximum earnings it can get. Anyway, 2.2 and 410 tractive. They're actually not that hefty. Neither is this NoHab. And it's costed. It's 926, I think it was, per year in maintenance. Well, that's cheaper than rail freight, but rail freight is 50% faster. And that will be directly reflected in the amount we make from it. How about these? 500 grand a year to operate one of those. See, now that's what I'm talking about. Class 37. Now, do we go blue or do we go green? We'll go green purely to pretend that we're being environmental with this coal that we're hoiking. Right, I need a coal hopper. Well, hold on, whoa. Before you do that, what was the top speed on this? I think it was 140. Please hold. Yeah, 140. Okay, right, freight hoppers. Now, I've got a capacity of 360 on the existing train. So 180 ought to do the trick, which is 10 of those. And if we were to go a little further than that, then we've got some expansion. I'm going to use these Finnish kind of dual hopper type deals here. So we'll go with 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least it's from the right continent. Right, Coal Mountain Heavy, please, off you go. Oh, I should have cloned it. Well, worse things happen at sea. I can always make another one. I'm going to have to make another one. Right, we want one of those. And then same again, please. As if I'd hit the clone button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, you can wait there. So I've really bought that at the wrong time. I should have waited until I'd brought the coal train in for an exchange. We haven't even watched the existing one leave the depot. Terribly remiss of me. Anyway, here we go. Right, so this is what's going to this is going to be what makes everything work again. And remember, our goal here is that these 2 trains replacing this one will up our coal frequency, so we'll get that going, and then as a happy coincidence, it will be cheaper to run than this hefty lad I've got going on at the moment. Right, I've had the money, we've dropped off the coal, and then we're going to send it to the depot and sell it. Come on, finish your unload. And sell. Now, if we are lucky here, let's catch up with this. Oh, it's in black. Look. Now, this is not a livery I believe was ever employed, but it looks great. The jet black the coal train here. What sort of speed you getting? Not much because you're slowing down. Okay, well, that's that then. Now, this is the point at which we work out whether I have configured these signals in a way that makes sense. Now, I'm hoping he's going to swing over onto that side. Or is he? I couldn't tell you. I honestly couldn't tell you for sure. Well, let's find out. because you know I spent a significant amount of time rebuilding this very short amount of track, with the notion that I would never have to suffer the indignity of trains refusing to work correctly. What have we got this time? Now, I wanted to talk to you. You're not hauling enough, so let's get a replacement on there. What's this red number? I don't really know. Ah, there goes the old one. No, that's the iron ore train. Good. I'm glad I recognise all the stuff that I've set in motion. Right now, what did I say we were running on there? I should have paid more attention. Anyway, we're off. That's good. Where are you? You're the Steel Hub Transit. Let's go look at that for a second. I've managed to get myself awfully confused here. Close that for a moment. These two are in a log jam. I guess because they're waiting for this. Thank you, autosave. I am running with the new update, which we will encounter various parts of in due course. I think it's on 15-minute autosaves, but those saves seem to be a little quicker than ones we have encountered previously. Right, you are... That's some kind of Russian train. Expertise there is clear. I don't think it's that one. No, because it's not got no pantographs on it. So it's going to be one of these. Right, top speed 160. Ooh, fast. Okay. Ah, well that puts paid to that plan. I was going to stick SD40s on here, but that will diminish my ability to make profit, because they're good at their job, but they're quite slow. Sorry, chaps, you've been outdone by the Russians. 800 grand a year versus 926. There's not even a competition. Right. Okay. Well, we'll stick with one of those. No, we won't. I'll click on the right train. That'll help. Which one do we want? We don't want that one. That one's going... Is it going backwards? It's really hard to tell. We'll say it is. And then we'll have... Hello, who are you? Have you done a... No, you have... I was about to suggest it had done a lap with all this faffing about that going on. Right, and then at the moment it carries 108. We want a lot more than that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll put 12 on here as well. 12. Grand. Okay. Yep. And then automatic replacement. Leave it alone. Replace now. 10 million quid. Crikey. Okay, so that will change at the other end. Now, the reason I wanted to do that should be fairly self-evident, is that I've got quite a lot of steel waiting. And if I can clear that, it will make sure that demand stays relatively high. Now, where did that Class 37 get to? Anyone seen it recently? Should be... Oh, it's there, look. He hasn't got a path. It's chosen a route to nowhere. Yeah, you've made a mess of that, chum. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you were thinking. Maybe you were thinking, if only I had the right... You came out on here, you should have swung over onto this one, and then whizzed it up the middle. Maybe I've set a whiz up the middle option in there. Okay, well, where's the other one? You're going out to Bowland by Burn. The other one's probably back at the depot by now, having self-sold itself. Selfly. Right, tell you what, you turn round. Right, go home. Right, we'll try that again. And this time, yes, de-dupe, indeed. This time we'll see if we can't get you on the right track. This was supposed to be the quick bit, before we turned our focus to other things. So, you know, if you wouldn't mind obliging me on that, I'd be oh so grateful. Right, let's set you onto Coal Mountain Heavy and see if you make the same mistake. Right, where are you? Okay, well this could be adventurous. I imagine the other one's going to do exactly the same thing, which would be, you know, slightly disappointing. Because I was pretty sure I'd got this set up in in a highly appropriate fashion. There's a DC-4 coming into it. Probably carrying bread. It's their lot in life, is to carry bread. Right. Wang it on here, and then as soon as you've cleared, we're gonna change your route up. Cease. Right, now turn around. Oh, I love how they turn around immediately. Yeah, it's a little bit immersion braking, but right, let's see what kind of wizard decision you make. This way, down here. Okay, right. Well, all this really proves is that if you do the same thing repeatedly, you get the same results. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be worth the wait, I hope, because this why? Aha! Ha! There you go. That's got that sorted. Right, turn it around. Off you go. It'll work this time. Car mounted heavy. Off you go. Go. Yeah. Okay. I hadn't put the junction in correctly. You've got the green lights. Make it happen. Perfect. Okay. Right. Okay. That was a planning error on my part. Right, now, I've upgraded the amount of coal haulage that I've got at my disposal now from 360 to 432. There we go. And the frequency should increase as well. So there's every chance that'll work. Where's the other one? Or was that the other one? No, I summoned the other one recently. There it comes, look. I like how gently they come out of the depot. I think that's tremendous. In fact, if I remember correctly, you can put speed limits on the track. It'd be lovely to have this kind of max out at like 10 kilometers an hour or something like that, so that every train heading in and out this way is properly slow. There's a lot of electrification here as well. Which route are you taking? Well, the one that makes sense. It's kind of logical. Right, hopefully this gives the other one a suitable head start so that when this one waits going up the mountainside, the wait is not extensive. Please. Thank you. Good. Right, now I'm going to assume that one will find its way there. We will check back in on the operations of that shortly. Next up, let's go and have a look at our red list here. Right then. Coal Mountain Heavy we have addressed. Alpine Route 1. Now, we haven't dealt with Alpine Route 1 in a while. Let's go find one of them. This one. There we go. Follow along, please. It's just come out of Dakota Canyon. Now, this is quite an old train, as you can possibly tell by the speed that it's not particularly doing. So it's high time we put it out to pasture. How many are you carrying? 94. See, I mean, it's got a reasonable number of passengers on board, but I think I'm going to have to just haul more than that. And there's only 63 waiting. This is just a colossal waste of cash. But I think putting a multiple unit on here it should save me costs, because these coaches are not exactly cheap. So let's bring up the route. Bring up the replacement. Let's have a look and see what we can win. Now that's electric, but that's not a Milwaukee. No, it's a PRR GG1, as you well know. Tops at 160 kilometers an hour, which is no slouch given the age of the thing. And then we've got, I think it's it's not Clerestories, it's the heavyweight doodah that we've got on there. There we go, one of these. Tops out 180, $250,000 a year. Okay, right. So if we look at multiple units here, okay, we've got these Dutch numbers giving me a look, give me a wink, going, come on. We might only do 140, but it's only going to cost you $1 million and change a year. Or we have the Mirage, or we have your friend and mine, the Metro Liner. Now, these are fast. The running cost, however, is expensive. And it also has a very long way to go. Alright, so we're looking at 3 million a year to run one of them. What have we got on the diesel options? We've got 101s, 83, slower, but it's only 800 grand a year to run one of those. Which might be the way to go, but it's going to make less money. That's the big problem. It's going to take longer to reach its destination. I want something quick. And the Metro Liner is by far the quickest multiple unit that I've got, apart from the Future Train, which we're not quite ready to use yet, because we're not in the future. It also doesn't appear to have a passenger capacity. So I guess I'd need to put some coaches on that or something as well. Yeah, I'm a bit stuck here because what are we looking at? 1 and a bit million a year. I mean, I could stick another train down there and still be saving money, which would increase the frequency. I'm pretty sure I've got this electrified. It might be worth a go, you know. Let's have a look. We're gonna loosely skirt. Oh, I'm running an electric train on there at the moment. Of course, I've got capacity. Right. Okay. That's all right. We'll chance it. We're gonna go Dutch, and see where it gets us. Now, where's my nearest engine shed? Oh, it's all the way down here somewhere. It's past all of these dinky little red arrows that are white. Well, I ought to upgrade them as well, actually, because they've been in service for a while. Interesting. Okay, here's the interesting. So the interesting is that the big chap that we were just looking at, the route I forget, Alpine Route 1, there you are, it concludes here, right? Now then, if I were to replace all of the arrows that I've got on there and these and merge those two routes, then it would have one long run at the end, which would possibly be offset by the little intercity section we've got down the bottom, because that's always been pretty profitable. All told, we're still running a steam train there, and that's not a new steam train either. That's an old steam train. Okay, I like it. So what should we do then? Okay, right. Okay, I know what we'll do. We will. Let's grab this. This is a way that allows me to conduct this upgrade without having to rely on a depot to do so. Right. So Irolo South goes to Coronico. Right. So we don't want to do that. We want to go from Irolo South. We then want to head up to Aquarossa. Yep, that's all working. And then from Aquarossa, we want to head up here to Alp de Sorecchia. Well, that's what something is called. Whether it's this town or not, I can't remember. We'll find out. Alp de Sorecchia, one should say. Before heading back to Aquarossa, beep beep, a bit of Amtrak, class 291. That's easily my favourite class. Before heading back to... Hold on. What's going on here? No, that's all fine. Before heading back to Irolo South. This should just work. Right, now, the important part is get this replacement plumbed in. Now, this is going to be an expensive initial investment, but overall, 68, you see, I don't think 68 is going to cut it. No, I think 68 is exactly going to cut it. Make it so. No, not that kind of make it so. Make it so just by adding one. There we are. And then replace now. It's going to cost me $77 million. Well, $78 million if you look at it that way. Let's borrow all of that. Yeah, it's expensive. But I made $41 million last year. So, you know, well, I say it's worth it. Ding, 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 ding. And if I'm too slow, it's going to cost even more. Right. Yes. Now, that will create a hectic amount of passenger movement, which could yield a hectic amount of money. And by the same extension, I need to assign the two the GG1s. I need to assign both of those onto whatever route that was. Yeah, see, this is now quite baffled. Lower Valley Shuttle. Well, this is quite a long one now, isn't it? I'm going to keep it as the Lower Valley Shuttle, except now it's going to be the Lower Valley Intercity, because I think, that makes it sound a little bit more highfalutin. Right, so I need to assign the two GG1s onto that. Oh, which of course means that I'll need to upgrade them as well, which is a little bit more cost. Where have they gone? They're hiding from me. Right, you there. Come here. I need you on Lower Valley, whatever I've just changed the name to. There we are. Right, where's your pal? Where's your buddy? Where's the other one? Because they're usually pretty close together. Now that's the looper we're looking at there. I'll have to turn my attention to that presently. Meanwhile, here comes the first one of these. I wonder if this takes to paint in that way that we would like. Yeah, I have got a lot of trains on here. We might have to retire some of them. Right, let's try blue. Oh, it just changes the swatch. Okay, well it's yellow initially, so we'll make it. We'll put a bit of what, dirty brown. You think goes with yellow, do you? So a slightly unusual choice. Right, possibly too many trains on there, but if they manage to handle the passenger count, it could actually work out rather well. Hold on, are you waiting for a signal? Yeah, you're waiting for a free part. I'm going to need to signal up on here, aren't I? All right, so be it. It's because it's not used to having this many trains on it. There we are. Do better that. We'll have them stop on here. That's a nice view for people. You'd be terrified of avalanches taking out the bridge, but nice view nonetheless. Because I suspect further down the line at the moment there will be quite the logjam. Now I'm still missing a train. One of our trains is missing. Hold on, was that it? It might have been. Hello, right. I'm reassigning you. No, you're already assigned. Right, where's your friend? On the Lower Valley Intercity. Friend? Oh, I've lost it. It's disappeared. However, the good news is these chaps are all waiting for it. And look at this. There are tons of people now waiting for the Lower Valley Intercity. Wouldn't you believe it? Right, you there. You've got a new job. And then if we kill Alpine Route 1 entirely, we accomplish several things. The first of which is that the Alpine Route 1 is no longer unprofitable. Because it doesn't exist anymore. But they should. Yeah, there we go. See, we've got people hopping onto there already. Now, with the improved frequency there, we might see some rapid development going on in this top end of the Alps. We might not, but we'll find out in due course. I missed a kicking great shot there. All right, let's follow this one passenger train up here. It's always nice to introduce a new member of the team. Okay, Grant. Well, I'm faintly optimistic. So we've modernised the shuttle route that was working at the bottom, and then at the same time, we've retired the GG1s that were never going to make me any more money than they were recently. So we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed that this works out. And this being a Dutch train, of course, it's well used to driving up and down the mountainside. Yeah, all right, so I hadn't completely thought that through, but, what can I tell you? All right, full load. Well, that's a promising start. How much have we got waiting here still? 4 people waiting. Please build up some demand, would you please? Where are the points? They're over here, look. Okay, cool. In which case I will need some more signals here. Let's get one there. Because he's got the idea, he's going the right way. But this should turn into quite a nice, happy, busy little route. All being well. You know, and because I want to cheat and get Dakotas flying overhead as often as possible, we'll stick some signals so people have to park up in Dakota Gully. Already got some there. Alright, good. Alright, let's go and see how things are turning out. Well, let's have anybody broken. Locarno Sawmill is wandering... Oh, interesting. It wants me to ship more items. That's interesting. Oh, okay. I hadn't seen that in the patch notes. I knew it would tell me if I had trains that were blocking one another. Okay, 73. And then you... Oh, hold on. I need to issue the replacement command. I'm hoping that 12 million quid will be enough to do it. Replace now? 9. Perfect. Sure, autosave some more. I might decrease the frequency of the autosave ahead of the next thrilling installment here, but... Okay, good. Right, that's running. I'm going to give that some time, and then we'll see how it's going. But before I do that, I just want to check in on this, because it's saying that at Biasca, it has to go to Platform 2. Now, I suspect that doesn't need changing, because that's to allow for the next leg, which is the Riverside Herbert, the Riverside whatever the heck it's called, which is also due an upgrade. Right, okay, good. Right, well, we're happy here. Now then, you are waiting for the Lakeside Traveller. There's 155 people waiting for the Lakeside Traveller. How many trains have I got on there? I've got 3. They're only 17 years old, so clearly they are self-replacing. Let's go speak with one now. Hello, sir. You're looking jolly splendid, but slightly anachronistic. You are misplaced in time, and I am currently somewhat embarrassed in the Walletry area to upgrade you. Look at this, though. What a splendid sight. I mean, if it were a little bit more dingy, you could say that this was some kind of steampunk thing going on here with, you know, high rises and just go with me on it. It's the sanest thing to do. Now, this is a profitable route. 3 trains on there making around 270 a year, but I think I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. 73 capacity. And is it auto-replacing? I suspect it is. There we go. Right, so let's get rid of that. What shall I upgrade you with? Now, we're going to resist the use of the Metroliner, because I always use the Metroliner, although I didn't in the last series. Although, hold on, what about the Mirage? 64 capacity, so I could double length the Mirage on there, although that's pretty flippin' expensive compared to what I've got going on right now. Because they've got to compete with what they were being replaced by. What they are replacing, I should say. And in this case, I think this is where I'm going to completely demonstrate my lack of knowledge. I think that's a 3.5, it does 100. So the Mirage is it's 25% faster, which will make more money then, won't it? Well, yeah, I suppose it will. What else have we got that might fit the bill? Actually, we've got to use the Mirage somewhere, and why not use it on the lakeside thingamajiggle, given that it's quite a windy route. So I think we will go for doubling up or adding more trains. I think we'll add more trains. That's what we should do. Right. Let's turn it on and then replace now. What do you need? No vehicles to replace. Pardon? Because you will need to electrify them. Okay, right. Well, you know, we've got to get to the modern era. Oh, I don't want to electrify the lakeside. All right, well, change your plan then. All right, we will change plan. I don't even need to replace this, you know, because it's currently working relatively efficiently. But it does need modernising. Put this down as item 5 on the list. Modernise what we are currently doing. Now, the Alco PA, I know you're all going to be yelling for that because you always do, is the wrong train to use in this case because it's not going to get a chance to stretch its legs. Equally, the 101 I've already used. This is in service elsewhere, and we want to avoid overusing anything, given a choice. We're not going to use the Alco. All right, just get over it. We're going to find something else that is diesel. I will upgrade this to high speed, though, although I forget. Well, let's have a look. This will tell me how fast we can go here. 120 would appear to be my top speed. Right. So we will probably need to modernise that as well. 120. What's this? This Russian looks like it's a goods train. I really don't want to electrify. No, see, I'm caught on the. Oh, okay. We could go with yeah. We could go for the class 37 again. I know. I just said I didn't want to overuse stuff, but around here, this could work quite well. What do you think? I like it. Okay. Have I got an appropriate coach yet? British Rail 161. Perfect. That will do nicely. We'll go all blue classic livery then, I suspect. Mark 1 first standardised coach design. We'll take it. Again, I mean, this is midway through the service period for the Class 37, if I am to understand my dates correctly, so that'll do fine. Right, 21, 42, 84. Twist, 105, 120 something. Perfect. On replace now is 30 million quid. I haven't got it. And the bank manager is looking at me in a reluctant fashion. The tooltip should tell me, yep, there you go, my maximum is 100 million. I'd quite like to replace it now. Is there an arrangement that we can come to? Signed point to no. Okay, we'll just have to come back to it. I've set it on auto replace, so it will replace itself at some point. I'd rather get some of the other red lines fixed. But before I do that, I'm going to upgrade the tracks here, but we'll leave them de-electrified. Magic wand. Yeah. All the speed. Yeah, if I can resist electrifying this, I think I will be happier because it'll be more pretty. Now, does anything else kind of look at it? See, this is a good bit of station. Let's do that, and then this, and then that, and then some of this, and a bit of that, and quite a lot of... No, you're not interested. Okay. What exactly is the problem? Am I out of money? Have I broken it? Really? You don't want to... Okay, well, it's probably because I've done something clever with the junction. We'll just have to leave that as it is and hope it doesn't look too terrible. Nah, it looks fine. But I might want to electrify the other side anyway. Let's do that. Electrification, yes. Just so that we haven't got a bit of electrification that's just kind of hanging out there, looking all out of place. Train whistling away, going, what are you thinking, man? Right, other side of the Lakeside Traveller, I think, is electrified, although we spin off round here to the left. High speed is the bit that's important. Where are you going? Yeah, and it would be good to get another train on here as well. Okay, right. I'll have to come up with a solution to that. Given that I am... oh no, there we go, we've got one there, look. I was about to say we hadn't got a depot nearby, but I have got a legacy lazy depot in place. And given that this is all non-electrified, we will purify the area with fire. Maybe not with fire. Although we do need all of these electric, because this is a shared route. There we are. Now, actually, I've already got the Alco. The Alco PA is already in service, so so that should cause no harm to anybody. In theory. Please do yell when you spot whatever it is I've missed, because it'll be something, I'm sure of it. 122 grand, fine. Right, let's see how we're getting on. So there's my passenger airport. Not a lot happening there right now. Goods-wise, things are moving. There's a lot of planks waiting here. 400 planks and then 76 steel. Well, okay. Well, the demand at the airport has really started to pick up. That's heartening, but I don't really want to be buying any more planes, if I'm honest. Not right now, certainly. And then let's go and have a look and see what's going on Coal Mountain. They have literally just passed one another, and you are carrying nothing. That's a problem. Okay, well, the dreams of making that profitable again appear to have fallen rather foul, and the reason for that will be that I have got goods trapped in transit, and the only solution to that is to move it all a little bit faster. So it'll be this steel that is causing the problem right now, because it treats it as though if you've got free supply going on, that you don't actually need any more being made. Right, okay, so that's... I actually haven't got that much steel waiting to be delivered, and we've got... Oh yeah, you've got quite a lot of that there. We haven't got a lot of steel in there at all. It should be producing steel like Billio. Intriguing. Or maybe, hold on, let's look at that again. Details. Yeah, we need some more planks. All right, so I think an additional ship on this line may help to up the tempo over there. You never know. But I am rather fond of this large individual here, and you are going on. Come this way, Smidge, would you? That's on the hub steel materials and tools. Is that the right line? Oh, it's not going to be any of the others, is it? No, I'll get to work. Now, if that aids the throughput, that should work. Meanwhile, what's going on with the wood? We've got no wood in supply either. This is all a little bit... Yeah, okay, that line has stalled. Looks like this is using the line. Yes, it is. Details. Try to ship more coal. Try to produce more coal, and I'll ship it. I've got capacity now, man. Work with me here. Because obviously if I'm not shipping coal, then iron ore is going to stop shipping, which means I'm going to stop producing slag and steel, which in turn means that I'm not going to be producing that lot. It's tools. It's further down the chain. That's what it is. It's these tools that are waiting to be shipped out to who knows where. And then you've got more... yeah, we've got... It's tools, friends. Tools are the problem. Right. Hub Alpha Dock Shuttle. We're going to need to stick some new friends on there, I think. Hub Alpha Dock Shuttle. Right, there you go. Let's go for 2 of those. I don't want to overdo it, because overdoing it would mean that I'll clear that quite quickly. Hub Alpha Dock Shuttle. Go. Okay, right. Now, do I put more aircraft in service? What are you carrying right now? You're carrying tools. Okay, well, at least they're being delivered to where they need to go. So that's removing some of the surplus that I've got going on. This lot being trapped in transit is the big deal. That's the wood going nicely. Splendid. What's all this fuel waiting for? Thun Goods Bulk. Hello there. That's going to get picked up in a sec, so that's all working. Okay, well, maybe it's just a matter of time, because I mean, with these, once you start getting complex chains going, they will stall out, and it's down to you to keep the supply moving at a speed that means you don't get a backlog building up. But obviously, the more complicated you make it, the tougher that is to pull off. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Where are we? Yeah, so there's not a lot happening here at all. We should probably upgrade those trucks. Right, I've got time to do one more line, and then I shall push off. Right. The Lower Valley Intercity is no worse than it was before, but we are now hauling 600 of 800 passengers. Now, we've only had that in motion for 3 months, so it's still got time to pay off, but I am not particularly optimistic. Volan Hub Goods Bulk is troubling, because I don't think that is ever going to pay off. And it's simply the amount of distance involved and the variety of goods that it's trying to ship. So I'm going to let that one, fail. Coal Mountain Heavy has only blown 400 grand so far this year, but it's currently doing nothing at all. Burn Hub Steel Transit is doing nothing at the moment because there's nothing for it to haul. This is all lousy. Fun Goods Bulk should be doing more, but it's only blowing 300 grand. Only. The Sarnen Loop has got 2 passengers out of 96 capacity. What the heck is going on here? How many vehicles am I running on there? A lot, and they're 39 years old. I suspect this means that it is faster to go by car. Right, let's put some modern... There you go, 60 kilometers an hour. That'll do nicely. Let's try that. As much as this is somewhat throwing good money after bad, this is a convenient way around town. Therefore, it should not be fighting. I have got this tram line electrified. I have. Okay, right, well. Come on there, you banana-coloured money sink. Presto changeo. Okay. What are you then? You're Sarnen Avenue. How many vehicles have you got on you? Another 4. Could it be there is simply not enough demand and I'm flooding demand? Sarnen's going to be a big deal of a city. All right, let's replace all of these as well. Yeah, replace now. Yes. We'll stick that to auto replace as well, so I can just forget about it in the future. There we go. Yeah, I have got rather ancient trams running on here. That's possibly part of the problem. There's the Alco PA to which I referred on the Intercity. 152 of 152. Made 3 and a bit. Made 5 million profit last year. This is not a problem. That's all good. In fact, I could make more if I stuck more trains on there, but I'm a bit tapped out for cash at the moment. Governor, you'll have to see me next week. Right, the Brick Run is doing nothing right now, but then it's waiting for slag. And the Brick Run's troubling anyway because it needs a hopper in one direction and it needs stake cars in the other. So that is always going to be a difficult train to make work. What else have we got here? Sarnen, Highfield. Have I got 3 tram routes set up in Sarnen? Because this would go some way to explaining why it's not making any money. Another 4. Okay, right. What have we got waiting here? Avenue and Highfield. Now, we could just close the line down and apologise deeply to the traffic that I have clearly been clogging up in the streets for many a decade. Right, okay, yes, Sarnen Highfield will kill it. Or will we? No, we won't. No, let's stick with the plan. Yeah, go on, make it happen. Oh, hold on, I didn't mean to change it for that one. I've just replaced it with trams I didn't mean to. There we are, use these, replace now. Yeah. Okay, make them a bit faster, maybe it'll pay off. Certainly won't pay much less than it is doing now, unless I'm wrong, in which case it will. Right, Stan's hub port delivery is lost me 101,000. Let's put something modern on there. Okay, I'm not going to buy it yet. Let's see what we've actually got going. Oh, okay, they're already in place. Oh, this is for the new airport, right? Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to make a loss at the moment because I need to up the tempo that I'm delivering on. Beck food bulk, right? We should get rid of these because I'm not running any vehicles on them. Yeah, get rid of that. Beck machinery bulk. Yeah, get rid of that as well. And burn commercial. Burn commercial forthwith. All right, splendid. Right, Beck distribution. I don't think I'm actually distributing anything. That's the thing. I don't think we're actually bringing anything in here. Where are we? Beck and Reed, presumably. Yeah, not so much on the goods being delivered. They're all heading up to. Is that Berlinzona? No, it's not. I'm down the other end. They're all heading to Altdorf. That is a line that is never going to make cash because I'm not actually shipping anything here. So the sensible thing for me to do would be to close that down, at least temporarily, which is what I shall do. Where did the truck go? There's one. Thank you, autosave. You're the real pro. Right, there we are. Bring this up here, and no, you can't do it from here. You have to do it from this. So this is Beck distribution. Beck distribution. Everybody, go get sold, and then kill it. Okay, well that's saving me some cash. Anybody else who is just a hopeless liability? What we're looking for is anything carrying 0 right now. Anyone at all? Well, they're making profit, so it won't be them, will it? Altdorf distribution. Right, same deal. I'm not delivering anything, so you're not long for this world. Right, alt distribution. Be gone. Now, admittedly, it's only costing me 26,000 a year. However, we're killing off some red roots. Luzerne food. 4 trucks carrying nothing. Okay, find me one of those trucks, because I would have thought I was delivering some food to Luzerne. Finances. It is earning. Maybe we just need to up the tempo a little. Alright, let's put something a little bit more modern on there. Try that. It's quite expensive. Those are not much less. No, let's do it. If we're going to do this, make it happen. All right, I've made it happen. All right, don't let me down. Stands for these are the what's it routes. No, they can't possibly be the what's it routes. Airport routes. That's what I'm thinking. Stan's Food has already got the right trucks on. ERS Alexander, this is you know what? I'm going to leave it there for now. There is a lot of work to be done. I think we've made that abundantly clear. And it's going to be a little while before we fix that. Here's a nice steam train coming in, look. I have absolutely no idea which line it's on. We're at the wrong end for this to be the Lakeside Traveller, unless I'm woefully lost. No, this is Beck and Reed, Ennitzberg, which is long overdue an upgrade. Let's go and have a look at see some of the new stuff and see what we're accomplishing. Have we got? See, my litmus test here is whether we're producing coal, which we are not. Details: try to ship more coal. I have never had the capacity to ship more coal than I am doing at present. You ungrateful oaf. What about this lot? What have we got stashed up? We've got some of everything stashed up. We're just not producing it. Try to ship more steel. There's barely any steel here, man. I'm shipping as much as I can. And you are why are you taking so long here? Have I got a wait command on there? I've become sidetracked. I meant to wrap things up a minute ago. But, you know, there it is. You've got a 1 minute wait, allegedly. Let's see if that is actually true or not. In fact, I increased the capacity on this train specifically to try and make this work. Look at the finances. How are we doing? Now, we did quite well last year, but this year it's a catastrophe. And you've been waiting for longer than a minute, which is how long I said you should wait. What wait till full orders have you got? Should be wait till full any. Alright, I'm going to go up to high speed and see if this decides to clear out the station. Because if you're actually going to wait till you're full, this would also possibly go some way to explaining why it's not working. You have been waiting longer than a minute. I think this is why it's broken. Right, it's finally cleared. It sensed that I was about to intervene. Alright, I'm switching that back to load if available. We cannot have anything being delayed. We've got to keep it moving. Anyway, thank you very much for watching today. I have been Colonel Failure. Interesting. Not entirely sure why the coal line has suddenly ceased working. It could be that wait till full order that was causing the problem. Could have been the backlog I've got of stuff that needs delivering. Because again, we've got a lot waiting here, look. Where are you going to? Burn. Okay, well, let's wait for the burn train to come in since I'm at high speed right now and see how much it picks up. It should empty out quite a lot of these tools. Empty out a lot of the tools. Oh, that's Volan by burn. Where's the burn train? Burn train? In your own time. Come on. This is just dead air now. This is the Volan train. Bit of fuel, couple of machines. Perfect. Come on. Where are you? Is it just dropping off? Oh, are you waiting till full? You flipping shouldn't be. Yes. Hub Alpha, it has a wait till full. Okay. Anyway, right, there you go. That'll do. We're not going to hang around. We'll investigate this next time around because there is still a greater efficiency to be had. Let's finish off looking at our Dutch trains, shall we? And then I shall bid you a fond farewell. Yeah. Interesting. We'll explore some of the new features in the patch as we go. So rather than kind of picking them out and going, look at this, it's a flashy symbol of some kind. Rather, we shall just see what happens as it happens. Now, running costs are less. What was the Golf last year? 1.17. This year, 222. That would be better, but I am now running a lot of trains on here. Intriguing. I can't stop. I could quite happily. I need to do a live stream of this so that I can actually catch up with some of the stuff that's going on. It's the only time I get a chance to properly explore it. Yeah, see, look, I've burned a profitable route here and made it all unprofitable. Also, they're bunching up way too much. I need to retire a couple of these trains, I think, because they're also not running completely full. Okay, right. Well, there you go. That's oh, hold on. Hello. What do we got here? No. What we got here is a ruddy great queue. This is also contributing to my problems, I feel. Right, let's bang some signals on here. Can't leave while there's problems afoot. Right, we're at a suitable altitude now, so I can see where the gaps aren't. Right, okay, yeah, that's fine. And that's fine. And that's fine. There's enough capacity here for everybody to run happily. So get on with it. Right, there we go. I've had enough. Let's get out of here. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Fling a like at this one if you had a jolly good time. And we're going to carry on kind of just fixing things up for a little while before we look into taking things forward some. There's going to be plenty of opportunities to take things forward some. But I want to bring my passenger lines up to the modern era and eliminate as many of these red lines as possible. I don't know how many that's going to be, but hopefully it's a few. Anyway, I'll catch up with you very soon. Subscribe if you have not yet done so. That would be much appreciated. And see you next time. Colonel Cam? Yeah. Let's get get past the bridge and we can professional Colonel Cam our way along here. Yes. Now, cheerio!